How to find top colleges or universities of the United States of America. That's the topic for today's video, and we'll try to discuss in detail about how we can first filter the universities, then filter them based upon your domain, your field of work in which you wish to work in. And the next step would be to find the best fit department for you in that particular university, and then go ahead to find a specific professor, a specific lab in that college's that specific department. So please watch the video till the end. This will surely add value and help a lot in your academic journey. Like and subscribe as well. Let's begin the video. Whatever strategy I mentioned on this channel, it doesn't mean that that's the only approach that will work. I have used a lot of academic strategies in my academic career. Some of them have worked for me, some of them have failed miserably. So those which have worked, I try to present those on this channel in order to help you in the best possible way. If you can think along those lines and weave your own strategies around the plan which I propose here, this will surely add further value to your approach. In continuation of that approach, I have always preferred Times Higher Education for filtering universities. The first time I used this was for filtering dissertation colleges. Unfortunately, for dissertation, I couldn't leave India at that time, but this helped me when I was trying to do PhD. So this will help you in finding projects, dissertations, short-term projects, whatever you wish to do. The approach fits all the objectives. So you have to go to timeshighereducation.com. As you can see on the screen, you'll see the rankings tab here. Click over here. On the homepage, you'll see three types of ranking. I'll cover the first one in the video here, but I'll give a brief introduction about the next two, which I'll cover in next videos. World Reputation Ranking is a specific kind of program where these people invite senior published authors, academic professionals, researchers, and ask them which colleges do they think are the best. They give them limited options like please pick 15, 20 top colleges of the world. And that is published, compiled, and presented here. Young university rankings means that these colleges are pretty young, as the name makes it pretty obvious. Span is less than 50 years. Those colleges which are less than 50 years old, those are included in this ranking. For those who invest in shares, these young universities are like small caps or up and coming mid caps. For those who don't know, I also share knowledge about shares and investment on a channel which is older than this one. So if you're interested, you can check out that one as well. Link is in the description. So let's go to the world university rankings. Today, specifically, we have to go for the American colleges. So please make sure that you're filtering that. So depending upon what you are looking for, are you just looking for the American tag to get jobs by pursuing undergrad or masters? Then you have to go for overall or teaching, or international outlook, or industry income. And if you're looking for research, if you're hardwired to become a crazy researcher, you have to go for research tab here. So depending upon what you're looking for, you can specify which ranking you want to give more importance to, and then the country and region. So I type United and I get US here. And then the subject. Today we will not take biology. Let's go for mechanical and aerospace. See, the rankings are here: Harvard, Stanford, MIT, Caltech. So a lot of you might not be top rankers of colleges. Here comes the tough part. As a student, you often rate yourself based upon your performance in the academic class. Please don't do that. Always aim higher. If you really love research, if you feel in your heart that whatever research you plan, that's coming along in the lab, in whatever duration you have worked for in a lab, take a good hard look at yourself. If your eyes tell you that you are good at research, you can draft good projects and lead to good results, academics won't matter a lot. You should surely aim pretty high, the top colleges here. And if you think you are pretty average or below than average, that's also not a problem. You go downwards on the same list and go for colleges beyond 100. This ranking has included almost 1799 colleges and universities. So you have a plenty of options here. So let's take Pittsburgh for today. So today we are going to take University of Pittsburgh as an example, and we'll try to find a department which is mechanical today for this video. And we'll try to find a professor and draft an email for that professor. I'm trying to make things very basic. So I search University of Pittsburgh on Google to find the website. So here's the website. You have to go for academics. As I told in the previous video as well, you have to be street smart. There is no fixed guideline about where to find the department names, where to find the professor. You have to play around these options. So most of the colleges mention it in the academics tab. So we'll go for academics here and we'll scroll down to see what is available here. I see colleges and schools. Schools and colleges. We click here, schools and colleges tab. Today we are not going for biology. We'll search mechanical, control plus F. I try mechanical here and see if the department exists. Yes, it does. Option was aerospace as well. So let's see if aerospace is here. No, aerospace is not here. So we have to stick with mechanical for the day. Click over here. This is the department page. Now you have to look for options like faculty, people, staff, lab advisors to see which one you wish to approach. Under people, we see 4 options. Staff includes everybody employed in the department. Faculty is specifically meaning that people who are involved in research, teaching and all. So we have to go for faculty here. Faculty page opens. There is a chair, the leader. One tip for you, do not email multiple people in the same department together, because please imagine this scenario. If I'm your colleague, we might be taking lunch together, we might be taking dinner together, we might be going out together. In that case, sometimes a discussion might come up and this will put you in a very tricky situation. So it will be like having 2 girlfriends, boyfriends, wives or husbands at the same time. I'm very sure you do not want to get into that kind of condition. We have a tendency that when we go for the list, we often are attracted towards names which are from our own countries. Do not do that. Any professor can be good or bad. Do not filter them country wise. So please filter only upon the basis of your research interest. Let's say you're going for PhD. My own experience says that professors are usually more grumpy, less friendly. Nothing against them, just a general thing which I have felt. So try to approach assistant professors and associate professors first. So right click over these, open in new tabs, review all of them, give it some time, read properly. Like this guy, he's involved with scientific computing. I see the keyword, I don't want it. And then is this Hang Ban. I try to lead thermal fluid science, material properties, sensor measurements. I find it very interesting. So now I want to email this guy. The best part is most good colleges have well-maintained websites. So I have zeroed in onto this professor. You see 3 links, department links are there. There is www. So people often put lab links over here, which is the case here. So you click over here, you get to the specific lab of this guy. Here you see research team, publications, lab facilities, and whatever you wish to know. So please give a good hard look at what this guy is doing. Find a topic which relates to your interest, or even if it doesn't, you have to weave a story that links your profile, your training to this person. Even if it is not a complete match, try to weave a story using your profile. Feel free to even exclude some information in order to build a stronger story of your profile while emailing the professor. That is absolutely fine. Go to the research tab, see what these guys are doing. Very important part is publication. So go to the publication, see the recently published work. Usually the last guy is the corresponding author, usually. So let's say this paper has come from his lab primarily. Why I say this? Because professors also collaborate. 5 guys might be working in his lab, and this professor might have 2 friends in chemistry department, and that chemistry guy has published something in which that chemistry lab has given this professor's name. Please do not use that paper, because that will not be his primary field of research. Primary field of research comes from the same lab. So please see papers in which this guy has the corresponding author status. That means the name is mentioned in the last. This will work 80% of the time. Like books have ISBN number, research papers have DOI number. So when we click on the paper, it leads to the Science Direct website. Paper is not free. You have to purchase it, but that is not an issue. If some of you are really interested, please send me the DOI links and I'll try to find the full version for you, and I'll email or message it to you directly. It's a small channel, so that's the beauty of it, that I can handle a lot of queries by myself. So please make my word harder, subscribe the channel, share it among your friends, and it will surely add value to all of your academic life. So read the paper a little, find an idea, try to weave a story around these. Like whatever you have been trained for so far, how is that related to this professor's work? If you need help in drafting the email and all, you can always message me on WhatsApp on the given number. Like you have already seen, email ID is mentioned on the university webpage here. So you have to copy paste the email. So read the abstract, find the core theme line of the research field of this research paper. So if you take a quick look at the abstract, you see the technology gas surface energy transfer. I'm not from this field, so please, if you know more than me, don't criticize me for this. I'm a biology scholar. So for me, gas surface energy transfer looks like a field of work for this specific paper, this specific guy. So coming back to the email, draft a very specific subject line which tells the professor that this email is important for you. You might be getting some value out of it. So you have to mention statements like a student trained in gas energy transfer looking for a PhD position. If you are not trained in it, a student inspired by gas energy transfer looking for a PhD position. So please try to manipulate it like that. Quick tip for you here again. In India, we often are used to say sir, professor, and this and that, and use respected in the email in India. In Asia, this might work because professors have that kind of aura here. When you go to the Western side, it becomes more semi-casual. So you don't have to always write respected professor. So you can mention dear professor or dear Dr. Bam. You can be a bit semi-casual here. That gives a more friendly vibe when the professor reads your email, if he opens the email at all. So dear Dr. Ban, I'll go for it. I can write a name. I'm a student who has always been fascinated by gas energy transfer. I got inspired by it when I was mention a story here. When I was reading a paper, when I was going there, when I was going here, try to weave a story. You have to attract. You have to think like a writer. You don't have to think like a boring student. If you mention your percentage CGPA here, nobody cares because they are getting hell lot of applications every day. It's tough for them to read all of it. So in first paragraph, you have to get his attention. It's exactly like writing a story. So those who love writing will surely get it. Those who don't, please try to develop this strategy where you present yourself as a good story for the lab in their future. That becomes first paragraph. And then in second paragraph, you can be a bit specific. I worked, or you can say I read this paper that time. If you have already worked, you can mention the work here and what you achieved. I always keep repeating the same thing. Make everything objective wise. I scored A plus in this project will not work as well as I led a team of five where we could land a rover on the rooftop of this company and we moved it for 2 hours on a battery, something like that. Objective based, make it very objective based. And then the last paragraph here, you have to mention what you are looking for. So I always use this line, looking forward to receiving a positive response from you. This has worked in a nice way for me, so I always try to use this statement. You can mold it. I'll give you some more possibilities. Looking forward to join your lab as a prospective PhD student. You can always be more creative with it, like looking forward to learn more aspects of gas energy transfer through you, something like that. That will surely motivate professor to reply to your email. Please attach your resume, make that objective wise again, make it very presentable, keep it to 1 page or max to max 2 pages. Whatever this guy is working on, if you have those elements in your CV, push that to the upward side of the CV. That will surely enhance your CV's value. If you need help in this editing part, always drop a text on this number and I'll help you out. This is the least you need to do. If you want to add further muscle to your email, you can attach a study plan, a motivation letter, or if you can draft a research proposal, if you're applying for a PhD and you can draft a research proposal or you think you can draft a research proposal, and with a bit of help from me, you can finalize a prospective research area which will attract the professor more. I'm always there to help you. You can always attach that here as well. One more tip for you here. Always use PDF formats. Word format clutters a lot. Some people just open it on the email, on the web version, and Google Docs mess up with it. So always use PDF, because PDFs open in the same way in almost all the devices. So that's a safer option for you. This strategy is called cold emailing, and I have used it to excel in my academic career even before it became a mainstream on YouTube, social media, etc. So please feel free to use this strategy. You can email anyone, use the power of the internet. One argument against this cold email strategy is that response rate is very low. To counter that, my philosophy says that if out of 100 emails only one guy would reply, I'll send 500 emails per week. I'll get 5 positive replies. That's how you have to think. And I wish you get your preferred PhD position with a fully funded scholarship. So good luck on that. And please subscribe to the channel, stay on the channel, share among your friends, and stay tuned. I'll keep bringing such videos. Thank you so much.